Yeah, what's going on, family? What's happening? This is Anna Deshawn and the QCrew. I think my radio wife is actually on the phone. Hey there, radio wife. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, people? Nothing much.
Y'all, what's happening, fam? We talking love tonight. We got a special guest. She's over there. You can't see her yet. She's going to join us to talk to us about her new books that's coming out. Talking about love. Radio wife, you love love.
Of course I do.
Of course you love love. Who don't love love? You doing all right over there?
Yeah, trying to make it.
Trying to make it.
This Thursday was a crazy. Yes. Crazy Thursday. I do apologize to the fans out there for this feedback that you probably are hearing right now. Because I'm not live in the studio today.
She ain't live, but that's okay. We got a special guest with us that's live with us. We're going to have a good time tonight. So, this is what y'all need to do, right? Y'all need to share the video. Y'all need to tell people y'all tuning in, that y'all listening. We here. We excited to be here, too. So, radio wife, I know you had a long week, but you know we started the show with the what's the teas? You got any what's the teas?
Absolutely. So, I didn't really catch the full story, and maybe you know the full story of what's going on. So, I'm hearing that the NAACP is actually, we're getting ready to go into meeting with American Airlines because of some things that have happened. And I know I had some things that popped up on my feed pertaining to them about how they treat black people.
Did they put a travel ban out on American Airlines? Is that what happened, radio wife?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, did they put a travel ban out on American Airlines?
Yeah.
They've been doing that a lot lately. Have y'all seen them other travel bans? I think they put a travel ban on a particular state. I can't remember. It's like a travel advisory that they put on a state. And they do these like, which one? Missouri. Yeah, they do like mass blasts. You get like, don't travel through Missouri. Don't stop. Well, no shit, Sherlock. But it was like the first time they did it, so I think it's funny they're doing another one. They got a lot of press that last time they did that travel ban on Missouri. So if this is going to be a constant thing, they're going to kill people business. I think it's genius, actually.
Well, here's the thing. No, the NAACP was getting involved because they were actually stereotyping black folks on their planes.
Oh.
So there was supposed to be some kind of a case, and I was trying to get the feed pertaining to what was going on. Someone sent me a link, but they were literally targeting black folks. So the NAACP got involved to have a conversation to have.
You're going in and out, radio wife, but I feel you. I hear you, but I mean, that's why I fly Southwest. You feel me? It's constant, consistent, nice. Southwest. I can't talk about American Airlines. I don't know nothing about them.
Absolutely.
You are going in and out a little bit, radio wife, but we gonna hold on. You gonna be home soon. What up, everybody tuning in?
I'm driving.
You are driving. You good? What up, family? Everybody tuning in on the web. Don't want to. Nikki Butler, what's good, homie? It's good to see you, my friend. Y'all know what we're doing tonight. We're talking about love. The homie Stephanie has written a book. Y'all see this image? We got a new look. Gee, I turned the TV into like a little projector. Y'all like it, yo? I think I did good, yo. I like it. 10 universal rules of love plus one. I think I might ask about what's the plus one to start off with. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about love tonight, so that's exciting. My what's the tea? Y'all, Janet Jackson is in Chicago tonight. Do you know that?
Is it tonight?
It's tonight. All I see on my feed is all these beautiful black people dressed up, looking good, ready to dance with Janet tonight. Radio wife, you know about that?
know when we went to the sky day, me and my sister were looking to see. I knew she was, oh, it is tonight.
It's tonight.
We talked about the fact that it was coming after her birthday.
Yep, it's tonight. They gonna be turned up with Janet tonight. Man, y'all think she gonna get naked? She always get naked. She always is getting.
I doubt she get naked because she is she's a new mom, so I doubt it.
Her body bounced back. When Janet be committed to that body, woo, when Janet get committed. Now, when she let it go, it go. But when she get committed, I don't know. We're going to hear about it on the face of the book. We'll see what go down tonight. I believe she going to get naked. Yeah, don't want to be in that tunnel. But we can still hear her. We're good. Y'all see my little gold microphone? My friend got that for me. We fly tonight, man. B, I wish you were here to see it. You'll see it later on Facebook. B, you almost home?
I'm almost home.
So this is what we about to do, family. We about to take a quick break so B can almost get closer to home. And then Stephanie's going to join me right here in this seat. And we're going to talk about love. Universal love, that +1 love, that book. That's what we're going to do tonight, all right? No bars for B. Right. B ain't got no bars. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play Phenomenon the Poet. One of my good friends, one of my best friends in the world. She got this track called Crown the Kings. This joint is sick. So we about to play this joint. Stephanie's going to join us. We're going to get this show kicking. And y'all already know what y'all need to do. We need hearts. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We love when y'all give us hearts. We love when y'all share the video. Tell people that you're tuning in to E3 Radio, your #1 stop for queer radio done right. You feel me? I know you do. So stay tuned. This is Anna Deshawn and the QCrew. I ain't even gonna get no QCrew today. She's somewhere, y'all. I promise. I promise she is. Oh, come on, Internet. You can do it. What up, y'all? Hey, king in there, lie. Right? What up, Denise? Crown the Kings. Hey. Crown the Kings. What up, family? Hey. What's going on, y'all? I'm having a good time tonight. I'm missing my radio wife, but we good. Y'all like the background? Yeah, G. Come on, Stephanie, join me. Say hi to the good people. All right. Oh, man, the internet is messing me up.
It's good.
Yo, Stephanie in the building. Crown the Kings.
Crown the Kings. Yo, what's up, everybody? You're listening to Anna Deshawn and the QCrew right here on E3 Radio.
We back. You can plug in. I'm sure somewhere. We can plug you in. What up, family? Welcome back to the show. Anna Deshawn and the QCrew.
What's good?
Yo.
Should I say QQ?
Yeah, QCrew. You got it, stuff. Radio wife, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you sound more settled. You hear those bars coming back, yo? What's up, family?
You know what? Tell don't want to. Don't even start. First and foremost. The difference when you're driving and your Bluetooth comes on versus you taking a headset and you're putting it on.
Tell the good people about it. We hear you. But tonight, family.
You know what? You
What?
cutting up.
Huh?
You cutting up because I'm not there. You cutting up because I'm not there.
Huh? What you say? I can't hear you. Family, we're here with Steph.
You heard me.
We're here with Steph. And we're talking about her book. Gee, you're author.
I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a long time in the making. I've been writing since I was like, I've been writing stories since I was probably like 6 years old. Like, it's been a part of me, but this is my first time actually publishing something, so it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and it's exciting.
It is.
To self-publish, do your thing, and you decide to talk about love.
Yeah. As out the gate, just because a lot of experiences I've had in the last probably, let's call it 10 years or so, have kind of helped me to formulate the words here. And then not just my own experiences, obviously, but the experiences of other people, my friends, my family, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like everybody, no matter who you are, no matter, you know, what your identity is, no matter how much money you make, no matter whatever your label is that you wear, everybody at the center of it all is looking for love in some respect. So that's kind of what was the genesis of all of this.
Yeah. We all love love.
Absolutely.
Man, let me tell you how much I love love.
All right.
My wife turned 40. We've been partying since Saturday.
Ooh.
My ass is tired. That's love. You understand? Love is partying when you're tired. Staying at TGI Fridays till it closed because you just want to stay there. And friends just keep coming. I'm like, I should have showed up on Saturday. Gee, that's love.
That is love.
I was tired.
That's happy wife, happy life. That's what that is.
Hell yeah.
That wasn't Saturday. Radio husband, that was Saturday. That was Sunday. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
It felt like Saturday. But happy wife, happy life all day long. And married life is amazing. I love it. So
you guys have been married just recently, right?
yeah, man. 7 months. Excited about that 7 months.
Yeah, y'all still in the good, juicy,
It's juicy.
newlywed.
But let me tell you, like,
Okay.
we've been together for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We in this thing. But
No.
the married life, y'all, I recommend it. I do.
Top 3 reasons.
Top 3 reasons I recommend married life. One thing, you got to ride or die no matter what.
No doubt.
A support system no matter what. If y'all in it for real. And you got number one fan. Number one fan. Period. Hands down.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Nah.
You can't beat that.
Nah, you can't. What up, radio wife? You got a wife? What's your top 3 reasons you love married life? I know you love it.
The top 3 reasons why I love marriage. Well, first and foremost, I love having a partner that her and I are equally yoked. That's number 1. Number 2, that as much as I love my wife, and as much as I love to be physically intimate with my wife, I don't necessarily have to because she satisfies me mentally as well.
Oh.
And that's what
Indeed.
Well, we've been talking about that on my Facebook page.
I'm sorry?
I said we've been talking about that exact topic on my Facebook page recently. But go ahead. What's your number 3? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
The number 3 reason is, you know, I married my best friend. So, you know, there's nothing that I can't talk to her about, and there's nothing that I can't relate to her about. And it feels good to be your unapologetic self with someone where you don't have to put on airs, and they love you for who you are, no matter what. And I can't say it's unconditional because to me, love does come with some kind of conditions.
Or standards.
But they love you. They love you wholeheartedly, you know, from their whole heart. Not just from the top of their heart, not from the bottom of their heart, not from the middle of their heart. They love you from their whole heart. And she loves me from her whole heart, and I love her from my whole heart.
Oh, snaps.
I just heard violins.
You know what I'm saying?
That was awesome.
Awesome.
That's awesome. But I'm laughing because we were just having this conversation on my Facebook page. For the people who I'm just being introduced to, what's up? My Facebook page is Steph, STEPH, and the last name is Great, Grayt. Is kind of a play on words, Steph the Great. But anyway, we've been having this conversation, and one of the questions I posed was, how important is sex in your relationship, whether it's marriage or whatever the case may be. I told them to put 5 things in order: finances, fun, friendship, communication, and sex. I think those were the 5 things. And a lot of people were saying that exact sentiment, which was, oh, if we have this kind of intimacy, the sex isn't important. I don't know. I got a different opinion.
It may not be number 1, but it sure ain't number 5.
Right.
Hold on. What were the top 5? What were the 5?
It was, hold on, let me pull it up right now. It was put these in order from most to least important.
Y'all listening?
Okay.
All right.
Finances.
Yeah.
Friendship. Fun. Sex, and communication. Those are the 5. Put those in order of importance in your relationship. And so it was real interesting.
That's tough.
Yeah, it is, right?
That's hard. Yo, family that's tuned in, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. What's y'all top? If y'all had to put those in order, what would be the order? Like, what would be number 1? What would be number 5? Type it in the chat. Let us know what y'all order would be. If y'all remember all 5, do all 5. If you don't, just say 1 and 5. Let us know what they would be. Gee.
Yeah, it was.
And I guess I guess for me, the reason why sex wouldn't be the number 1 is because I look at the fact of what if something was to happen to her or I, to the point of where we were incapable of being intimate in that way.
What would cause that? What would cause that?
What you mean? What would cause that?
What would cause you not to be intimate?
A car accident.
A car accident
that would be that
you're talking about
incapacitated.
Okay.
Paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh, but there's still your neck up. I don't know, B.
That's what I'm talking about.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Or if you're in the hospital and you happen to be on life support, you know what I'm saying, and you have to be there for a while, or ICU. So those are the things that I looked at, you know, to determine for myself, like if certain things are taken away, would that stop me from wanting and loving her and being with her and then loving her?
Okay.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
And that's just me.
Sure.
So my thing is, if one thing had to go, I'm not saying, of course,
that's a whole different question.
But if one thing had to go, or one thing went because of whatever the ability was, that, you know, something was to tragically happen, you know, would that one thing stop me from loving her? Would that one thing lead me astray? Would that one thing have me determine whether or not I don't love her anymore?
Wait 1 second, B. So out of those 5 things, if you had to get rid of one of those things, which one would you get rid of?
You want me to name the 5 again?
B, you still there?
Yes, name the 5 again.
Okay.
Name the 5 again.
The 5 are finances, fun, friendship, communication, and sex. The original question was to put those in order of importance.
G, if I had to get rid of one, it'd be fun, because I feel like if we having sex, we having fun. If we friends, we having fun. Man, fun had to go.
Right. I don't know. Did you say fun was in there?
Yeah. Finances, friendship, communication, sex, and fun.
Yeah, maybe fun. Absolutely. One had to go fun with.
Yeah.
Fun is the least, because the fun is the least. Because me and my wife could have fun just laying on the couch together, and that's fun for us.
That's what it is.
To be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Family.
I mean, just being together is fun. So yeah, fun would be the one thing to go.
Yeah, family.
Finances is important.
Lady, I can't see you.
Finances.
Hey. Family tuned into the chat. What would be the one thing that y'all would get rid of out of that list? Finances, friendship, communication, fun, and sex. Type it in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. So is this sort of like where the impetus of this book kind of came from? Like, why did you choose love to start off with?
Well, I guess a part of me is a romantic. I'm a poet as well as, writing this kind of a book. I write a lot of poetry. But at this time in my life, I was engaged until February of this year, and we parted ways. But when I started writing this book, I was engaged, and we were kind of having a rough time. And so I started questioning myself and how was I landing in these places at this point in my life. And so from asking myself these tough questions, I just got this inspiration, and it just started to flow out of me. So what are the key components or the glue that will help you to have healthy relationships with other people, but more importantly with yourself? What I found was that I had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do, and for a person like me, it was difficult to come to terms with that because I've been good at pretty much everything I've ever tried, And when you are competitive, and when you are used to succeeding, and you're used to having a certain level of success with whatever it is that you do, having that real talk and looking yourself in the mirror and saying, "Wait a minute, let's pause. We gotta look at this thing." That can be a difficult conversation, and so this book attempts to lead people in that conversation with themselves. It's meaty.
It is. Yeah, I hear you, man.
It's meaty.
We've all had like that tough relationship that you just had that's made you question yourself. Like, maybe oh yo, my backup. Yo, we got new technology tonight. I gotta get used to it. Wait. I gotta get you back up there, man. We trying something new, family. Y'all know how we do. We always trying something new. Got a new look.
That's dope.
Got a background. I'm gonna keep hitting that button so it don't happen again. Pin the book info. Oh, for sure. We gonna get there. We gonna definitely let y'all, because y'all gotta buy the book.
No doubt.
Y'all gotta support. You know what I'm saying? But I think what I was saying was that we've all had relationships that's made us question like who we are, what we believe in, like what's important, how we communicate, how we interact with someone else that we care about. And also think about how we learned how to love.
That's right.
Like, you learn how to love from your environment, from the way you were raised.
That's right.
And from your friendships. And so that directly correlates into your relationships. And then when you get that one that's real tough, you're like, what the hell is wrong? Why don't you get it?
Right.
Like, this is how I show my love, but that's not how they receive it. I think that's happened for everyone.
I think so too. And in fact, one of the chapters of the book is called "To Understand the Leaves, You Have to Observe the Roots of the Tree." So what we're seeing in lots of cases when we meet people, we're seeing their leaves, we're seeing their flowers. But the flower of a plant is just the what do you call it? The gestation or the manifestation of something that's going on in that plant or in that tree. But to really understand what you're seeing, that foliage, you need to go inside the tree, go into the roots of that tree and see how it's being nourished. If you see bad fruit, it's not just because it's bad fruit, is because something is wrong with the roots.
Something wrong with the roots. What's wrong with your roots? I need to be dyed. Right.
Get in that kitchen.
You need that edge control. You need that edge control. Okay. I mean, as you know, black folks, we just got to be fun.
Yeah, I'm doing too much.
It's necessary. But I get what you're saying, though. Like, you got to do your own work. I tell people, like, all the time, like, therapy saved my life.
That's real.
Therapy saved my life. Like, if you don't have an opportunity to talk to someone, a third party that doesn't know you, that has no obligations to you, and hear their opinion or hear their guidance about what's going on, it is the most mind-blowing thing that I've ever experienced. And it completely changed my life and saved my life for a number of reasons. So
I'm a proponent. I am a huge proponent of mental health care. And not just because I have a master's degree in psychology, but even before that, I was in therapy, and it's because of some things that happened to me as a child. I talk about some of that stuff in the book. It's a very vulnerable thing for me. Another reason I'm proud of this work is because it's a level of vulnerability that I'm being brave enough to have, not just in a therapy session or with my friends, but to share that with the world in hopes that it'll bless somebody else. Because I can't be the only person who's experienced these things. Yeah. So, it can. But oddly enough, in the black community, or especially in the black community, it's like, go to church.
Oh, you gonna go to the closet? We're going to the closet stuff?
Let's go to the prayer.
Right.
Go to Jesus.
You gotta find you a closet.
You don't need no therapy.
Has always been the savior for anything, and I do love how you touched upon the fact that you need to go within self. Because a lot of us don't. We are so quick to blame the next person in the relationship versus taking the mirror and pointing it back at self. And when you tell people, I don't think you've healed from your past. And it not necessarily means anything from your past relationship. It's just the things of your childhood that you've experienced. I don't think you heal past that. People can't seem to think that, nor do they see that the way you love is in direct correlation of what you saw growing up in your household. But if your mother was never affectionate as a child and never hugged you as a child and never was overly in tune with you, then you will be that person in the relationship that would not, or either A, not be in tune with your lover, or be so over tuned to the point to where you're jealous. And you don't see how that correlates to, that may not be a great thing on either end.
Absolutely.
That makes perfect sense. A lot of people don't realize, to your point, that when you are loving, the first place where you learn about intimacy, and when people say intimacy, they automatically relate that to something physical, but intimacy is so many other things and goes to so many different levels other than just physical. But the first place you learn intimacy and vulnerability is from your primary relationships, which would be with your mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, depending on whatever your family structure was. And then also the absence of those people in a lot of cases will affect your ability to have intimacy or be vulnerable enough to share something intimate with someone else. So you're absolutely right. We talk about that in the book too.
We talk about that in the book, y'all. So the book is the 10 Universal Rules of Love. All right, so plus one. Now I want to start with the plus one.
Okay.
Because I'm that person.
Okay.
So we got 10 rules and we got a plus one. So what's the plus one?
The plus one is finding forever requires resilience. And so that's speaking to, after you've gone through this whole journey that this book is taking you on, now you are at the place where you're thinking of partnering yourself with another person. And what people think is that is the destination, but no, that's just really the beginning of another journey. And you have to have some resilience and understand that the person that you're with and the person that you are is going to constantly evolve and change. And if anything that's not growing is dead. So if you're not growing as a person, if your partner isn't growing, if your relationship isn't growing, then it's dead. So you want that growth to happen, but you have to have the resiliency to allow that growth to happen.
I like that. Resilience, that's real. Yeah. Especially when you talk about forever. Like forever is really like forever, ever. Yeah. Like good, bad, ugly, sad, tough moments, beautiful moments, mountains, valleys, all of that. It does take a level of resilience. And with social media now, I feel like it's so dangerous because you only see really the good moments. People ain't gonna post about their arguments. Don't nobody want to post about no argument. Don't nobody want to see nothing about
unless
no
they
arguments.
Want some attention.
Unless they want attention.
Then they be like, "Oh my God, I'm in the hospital. I'm about to die because my right." Everybody, calm down.
Right. True. But for the majority of people, they just don't post about that. So there's like this false perception that all these relationships are just like immaculate and it's always this great. And it's just not true.
That's right.
It's just not the reality. You have tough moments. You do argue. You do just not agree.
Yep.
And so I think oftentimes people don't have the tools to actually get through the tough moments because people aren't that transparent.
That's right.
people are just not that transparent in life. All right, y'all. Y'all been commenting a lot here on the Face in the Book. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Share the video. Tell the people that you listening to E3 Radio. Stephanie is joining us. Queer Radio Done Right, talking about relationships and love and the book. And everybody asking where you can get the book. All right, tell them where you can get the book.
Yay, okay.
Get the book.
Right now, the book is in pre-order. We are actually launching the book officially on November 15th is when it will be officially available. Right now, the book is in pre-order, and you can pre-order the book at www.10universalrulesof.com. It's also my blog site, so I put some blogs up there as well. So it's 10universalrulesof.com. Click on the shop button. You'll be able to pre-order the book. Thank you to everybody who has already pre-ordered there. I've gotten more pre-orders than I even thought I was going to get at this point.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. And I really think it's the content of the topic that is drawing interest. So I feel like it's a blessing. But go to 10universalrulesof.com to pre-order. You can follow my Instagram at THE_GRAYTEST, the greatest. That's only because I love Muhammad Ali.
Hey.
And I gave you my Facebook early, and we'll announce that a little bit later as well. The other thing is I'm going to be having a book signing here in Chicago, another one in Detroit, which is where I'm from originally. Shout out to the D. Shout out to my people from the D that's on right now. Appreciate it. But follow my social media, and you'll see what the locations are going to be here in Chicago and in Detroit. And I should have that out no later than the end of next week. So I'm glad you guys are interested. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though, because really this conversation in this book is about you. I'm just kind of a tour guide helping you go through your journey of figuring out the best and the healthiest way and the most sustainable way to love yourself and other people.
I think also people they just carry a lot of baggage, right? So. We go from relationship to relationship. We expect the new person to be, or we carry hurt, and then we expect that new person to understand our hurt or to be accommodating, and we don't know how to communicate that, and then we take everything out on the new person, or like we expect them to be like everybody else, and we don't give them an opportunity to be themselves. I feel like a lot of that happens in people's relationships.
Absolutely right. I am, girl, this gets all in my business. But I don't care, y'all. I'm being brave about it because I'm getting in your business too.
Yeah.
So the deal is I have been a serial monogamist. And, that's when you have one after the other, after the other. Oh, this the one. Oh, that's the one. Oh, this one. No, none of them are the one. You have to find your one first. And so now, because of that, I'm on this new journey, which is a part of the new book that I'm writing. I'm being intentionally single. I promised myself that I would not get into anything serious for a period of at least 12 months post getting out of that relationship, and it'll probably be even more than that because we were together for 6 years.
Wow. Yeah.
But I think this part of this journey in my life has been the most growth I've experienced for the reason that you're saying, because I've been in that situation where you're going back to back to back and not really taking a moment to breathe and figure out who you are and what you really want.
Yeah, I did that. OMG, yo. My exes were like mirrors. They were like the same person in a different body.
Help them in the church.
It was like bananas. I could only see it after I got out of the relationship.
Yep.
Both very educated, overeducated.
Yep.
The oldest in their families, like very aggressive personalities, really passionate. Like they were like the same person at different stages in my life, and we ended up with the same outcome. It did not work. Now, in my own personal preference, I decided never to date Sagittarius. Okay, that was just me. You might choose to do something different.
I was on that too.
But at the end of the day, I did. I just had to stop. I was like, this is insanity. To do the same thing over and over again is insane. And that's what I was doing, and this sort of the serial monogamy thing.
Yeah.
And then I decided to date.
Okay.
Like, to the point where I almost lost my wife. That's a whole nother story. Ooh. B, don't say nothing. Okay.
Say something, B.
Nothing to say because I said that at the perception.
Yeah.
So it matters not now. That's ancient history. Water under the bridge. She belongs to you. You belong to her.
Yes, please.
And you made up for what you almost lost.
You right.
Yeah.
I showed
you got the prize.
And man, it was rough. But dating was really important. So intentionally single is like a beautiful thing. I definitely did that. I definitely dated like multiple at a time, and I was honest and upfront. I ain't trying to be no player. I was just trying to date.
Right.
And not be serious and just get to know people. And Lord, it was just life changing. Because you get to know yourself too. I don't like that. Oh, I thought I would. Nope.
Yes.
And I can say goodbye. Guess what? You ain't got a key to my house. You ain't
Man.
You ain't moving in. Ain't no U-Hauls. You know, just that's it. We done. It was nice to meet you.
But here's the thing though. You could be in that phase of intentionally single and be upfront and be honest and do all of that. But in your mind at the same time, take on the capacity of saying, okay, I don't mind going out to dinner. I don't mind, hanging out. And still being honest. And here's the problem, though, that you always fall into. You can't control how that person is going to feel or react to you, which is the problem. So to be intentionally single, to a certain extent, it's almost feeling like you have to be a hermit. And be by yourself, because even if you engage in a conversation or entertain a conversation even for a minute or a day or two, people automatically want to put you in a relationship, which is so unfair. It's like, I'm upfront with you, I'm honest with you, I'm telling you this is not what I want. I want a relationship, and then they have this thought, like somehow or another that idea comes in like, ding, you said that I'm not the one. Well, you said that you don't want a relationship. I'm going to force you to be in a relationship with me because I'm going to prove you wrong. Man,
can we talk about these films for a second, B? Huh, B? You ain't here with us, but can we talk about the films? The films.
The film.
Yes, the film. Can we talk about this for a minute, family? Like, we talk about how everybody just think they like the best one. Like, they going to change you. Like,
hold on now. Hold on. Let's hold it up.
I wish you were here. God dang it.
And I was intentionally single, and there were studs I was dating that thought that they were the one and wanted to be the one. And continuously wanted to put me in a relationship. So it ain't just the fans now. It ain't the fans. They thought that they was God's gift to us.
King Dingling. King Beef. They thought they was King. Go King Beef.
We're not talking about the fans, because it is some egotistical studs out there
no doubt.
who feel like I am that one that's going to change your mind.
You're right. You are absolutely right. That exists. But what you just said is so spot on. Like you helping somebody in the back of the church with that, because that's really the truth. And that's why I said intentionally single, because I'm having this different level of awareness. Being alone raises your awareness. It's like when you clear out the noise, now you can hear and see and touch and taste and smell everything on a different level. And so I have to be careful. You're right. If you give someone a certain amount of attention, or even after being honest, it can be hurtful to people, and that's not something that I want to do. And I don't think anybody, at least I hope no one, wants to be hurtful to somebody. But you really, really have to be careful with that.
I think, man, when you go on dates, you just got to Dutch them.
See, that's...
what happens
I'm
is...
old-fashioned.
I know, that's... Dutch them, man.
Dutch.
See, what happens is you put on the charm. The problem is you put on charm, you open doors, you do things people don't normally do.
Walk on the right side of the street.
They like, walking on the outside of the street, like all that shit. Gee, it be too much at one time. You got to take it slow.
I don't think that. No, I don't even think that matters. I really don't think that matters. It just what tends to happen to me is it depends. You are in a different space than they are. You know what I'm saying? You're having a love affair. You're re-falling in love with yourself. And unfortunately, at the time that you probably decide to hang out or go out with somebody, they're in a different headspace. So, no, whether you Dutch them, if that's what you want to call it, or whether you decide, you know, hey, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. You know, I'm going to still pay for, you know, I asked you out. I have a little old-fashioned ways. I asked you out, so I'm going to go ahead and pay for this. So, no matter what you do, it's just that the person, whoever you meet, you have to determine what headspace they're in.
They lie. They lie about what headspace they in. I wish you was in the studio. We needed a film in the studio.
Yes, Lord.
They show up with this other person that they want you to see.
They give you their representative.
That's the word.
It doesn't matter, even if they give you their representative. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship with them or if you're trying to be friends with them. First intentions, people to me always give you their representative. I don't care what, any relationship you're trying to form, whether it's a friendship, a partnership, a relationship, they give you their representative at that time until y'all have some hard times. Y'all had that first argument.
And that's where we don't want to go. We're dating. We're intentionally single. We don't even want to get there.
I think it really depends on what place that the people are evolved to in their lives, right? If you've evolved to a place where you feel like, listen, this is what it is. You know, in the morning my hair is nappy and I got, you know, something coming out my eye. It just is what it is. If you've evolved to that place of authenticity, then I think the representative is there, but it's not as strong. But if you haven't gotten to that place where you're okay with yourself yet, then you're right. That representative is going to be there, polished up and polished off and hiding all the flaws, as many as possible anyway.
So let's get back to the book. Yeah, we could talk about this all day. You feel me?
It's good content. It is.
So I'm sure there's one of the 10 that you want to share with the good people. So if you had to choose the next one, which one would it be?
Another one of the good ones is about this concept of soulmates. Especially in our community, I think people use this term loosey-goosey. Oh, this is my soulmate. Oh, they perfect for me because in my heart and in my spirit, you know, it's my soul.
Not my spirit.
No,
yeah.
and okay. Really, I think it's bullshit. I think soulmates don't have to be romantic. I think you can have platonic friends that you are like kindred spirits with and that will be in your life forever. I also feel like sometimes people use the word soulmate as a crutch. Like, that means I don't have to do any work because it's like instant. We soulmates, so we're going to click, and so that eliminates the need to do work on yourself and on a relationship. And it can be counterintuitive or counterproductive to what the term is actually supposed to mean. What do you think about that?
That's interesting. You know what's funny about that? I've never called my wife my soulmate. I can't remember even the last time I used those terms. But I could see how when people get into a relationship and they start using that type of terminology, how it could be counterproductive in a relationship. Yeah. And I do think soulmates can totally be platonic. I mean, I have really great friends and we just connect. There's some people you just connect with.
Absolutely.
And it's not romantic at all. I also think what ties into soulmate is this idea that you get from church that everyone has someone.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna have somebody. I don't know who made up this lie. Like, the Bible does not say this. Like, I heard that a lot in church growing up, that there's somebody out there for you. What does that look like? It might not look like what you think it looks like or what society says that looks like. And so I think people kind of fall into some false notion of what, I hear what you're saying, what a soulmate could be.
Yeah.
B, what do you think about that?
You know what? I don't know. As I think about it, I don't know whether or not I've called my wife my soulmate.
I haven't. Yeah.
Now I can't really recall. Because to me, soulmate kind of, and I know this is crazy, but soulmate to me kind of equates to people getting their mate's name tattooed on their body.
Yes.
To me, that's just an automatic
face.
do.
How about Shorty
to the
got dude's
relationship.
face? Shorty got Big Shaw's face, like right here, like face, name, everything.
Tattoo, yeah.
Yeah. So and it's funny that when my wife and I started, when her and I started dating, of course we had names of other people tattooed on us that we were currently no longer with, clearly. But as we got further into our relationship, she had asked that question, like, you know, would you get my name tattooed to you and vice versa? And I was like, no. She was like, well, why? I was like, and I wasn't trying to be funny. I said, because I want this to last. And I feel like the moment that you get a person's name tattooed on you is the moment when the problems in the relationship starts to occur and then something happens. I was like, now we could get matching tattoos together to symbolize something that means something to us. I was like, but, you know, I wouldn't do a name or anything like that, especially if it ain't my kid. So I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. So I don't know, but I do believe you do have soul ties with people.
Yes.
So maybe not necessarily a soulmate, but soul ties.
Let's see what the people are saying about this. Let's see. Well, they called you dramatic. It's a weird thing.
They call me dramatic?
No, they call Steph dramatic. It's a weird thing to even call someone that. Like, definitively, what does that even mean? Soulmate, right? I would prefer a life partner or a twin flame. Twin flame? Yes. I like that. And know the tattoos. They leave when you do that, for real, for real. I think it's because when you get a tattoo, it's almost sometimes like you're trying to overcompensate. Like you're just trying to show somebody how much you love them, but like you don't need to do something like that because that means you probably don't. Like I think that's maybe what happens with those tats. Like I ain't got no tat. I'm afraid of pain. I kind of want one, but I just can't.
I have tats, and I'm laughing because my ex actually had my name tattooed on her.
Oh man! And you didn't do it?
And you see how you said X?
Oh man! You didn't get her name tattooed on you?
I did not.
So while you have moved on, while you've moved on with your life, she still has you branded on her.
I doubt that. I'm sure she's gotten it covered or something. I'm sure it is gone by now. Trust me. But yeah, overcompensating? I think is a great way to put that for something that isn't there or something that you wish was there,
right? Or something that you want to be there, but it's not, if it's not there naturally. You know, before I met my wife, you hear all the time, you just know. I don't know what that means. Like you don't know what that means. Like this idea that you just know that they're the one, but I think what that equates to is that it's just natural. So it doesn't feel forced. That's the word. She just fit. Like she showed up at my people house and it was like she was there all the time.
Right.
It was comfortable. It wasn't a challenge. We didn't need to have conversations about it. It wasn't like we was bouncing around. No, she showed up. She ended up in the kitchen with my mama, and it was just like she was always in the kitchen with my mama, helping her like prepare Thanksgiving dinner. And I think that's what people mean when they say that you just know, because some things don't have to be challenged or they just don't have to be challenged or forced. It just is. And I think when you find something like that, you hold on to it.
Yeah. I can dig that. Yeah. I can definitely dig that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. One thing that I can say that I love, you know, in the relationship with my wife and I, of course, for me, I have, in prior relationships, you know, I always would call myself an aggressive femme. And be like, okay, I'm an aggressive femme. Only because the people that I were dating at work studs, of course, only assumed the stud role in public, but that was it. And that was they dressed the part for that part, but you know when it came to closed doors, it was something totally different. So I was just like, yeah, I'm aggressive now. So when I got with my wife, it was funny. I had told her the same thing, and you know, she told me later on that when I told her that, she was like, at first that kind of pushed her away for it made her like put a question mark up, like, what aggressive family? Yeah, I can't do that. I don't do those.
She like fem.
When we got into the relationship, it became no titles. It was, I felt comfortably in the skin that I'm in. She felt comfortable in the skin that she's in, and we've operated just in that way. There is, I'm the stud of the house, or I'm the studsman, or I'm the, like my wife still identifies and knows that she is a woman. And, so those are the things that I love. Again, closed door, in front of the door, it doesn't matter. She's the same person. So that was one thing that I fell in love with. Like, it wasn't a facade.
That's real.
She knows who she is.
And I mean, I think that's what goes back to what you were saying before. That, like, once you know you, and you good with you, when you get in a relationship with somebody, it's not like they're completing you. This idea that someone completes you. Oh my God, I am complete. Someone else in a relationship that you're looking to be with forever, they're just like this wonderful addition.
Yes.
Like this amazing, huge cherry on top of this cake that you already have of life. Like, I already told myself before I got in a relationship with my wife, like, I want somebody who has their own life, their own friends, their own passions, their own organizations, their own things. Because when people have their own things, and they don't need your things.
That's right.
My friends, your friends. We can be friends. We can do this every weekend. Right? But it just needed to be that, because if they don't have their own life and don't know who they are, then they'll get lost all up into your stuff.
Identity.
Identity is huge.
They have to have their own identity, and you have to have your own identity.
Yeah.
They become the whole single black female kind of thing. They try to take over your life. They are invasions of the body snatchers.
Ooh, invasions of the body snatchers. You are silly.
I love it. Though. You're right. Silly. You are so right.
You're good. All right, y'all.
That's a part that you need to put. That's a part that you need to put in the book. The invasion of the body snatchers, for real, because there are people that are. That's another book for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's explore that. I'm just saying, people who try to overcompensate with everything that you do, they try to do exactly what you do in a relationship.
It is single black female.
They got to be a part of everything that you are a part of.
No, thank you. And it's funny. People be like, "Where's Kay?" I don't know. She is with her friends at home chilling. Why ain't y'all out together? We don't have to be.
In her skin when she jump
We don't have to be together. We it's so healthy.
Yes.
I promise to God it's healthy.
Yeah.
Not to be up under each other all the time.
Yes.
We ain't got to hold hands all the time. We ain't got to be together all the time. When we together, it is a treat. People be like, "Kay, with you?" I was like, "Yeah." She came with me today. Or if I show up with her, they be like, "Oh, Anna here." Yeah, I had time to show up. You know, like, it's not an obligation or like a need to, or this like weird jealousy that I gotta be everywhere she is, or I'm concerned. When you're secure with yourself, you don't need all that.
Someone's asking for some advice. Just moved back to my hometown from Miami, trying to date in my 30s. Any advice? I wrote a whole blog on dating. So my blog is called The 10 Universal Rules of, because the ellipsis can be anything. So there's one on there, 10 Universal Rules of Dating in the Millennial Age. Is one about the first date. My advice for dating would seriously be, I don't know if you've done this work yet, but the first advice I would give you is to make sure you know who you are and what you want, and you are very clear in that, and you have very clear and defined boundaries around that. Because if you don't, dating can be difficult, and it can be really simple if you do. If you don't want drama, if you have those couple of things in place, then you'll be ready to date. If you have those things in place already, then you'll start to, in my estimation, you'll attract those people that are vibing on your wavelength. So it won't be difficult to do that. What I would say is a don't for dating is, don't be out here looking dehydrated. Get a glass of water. Don't be thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Just really relax and be who you are, and you will attract the people to you that you want.
That's real.
That's what I got.
Do you recommend apps?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've never used any dating app.
You've never used a dating app?
No, never. Never. And
you never swipe left?
I've never. I don't even know what it looks like.
I have never either.
And that may be partially because I'm a little old school. I'm really just getting into social media over the last little while and really understand, oh, this is okay, it's not so bad. I'm really analog. I like to talk to people face to face. I want to look at you eye to eye. I want to connect with you in that way. So no, I've never used a dating app. From what I understand, they're like hookup apps. Anyway, you swipe left if you don't want that ass. You swipe right if you do. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So I don't have any advice on that.
Yeah. I don't either. I never used them. I never used them. I know a lot of people that do. They swear by them. Some people do. I think if you get the ones where you got to pay for it, and people are like invested really in like finding someone, I think that's a different situation.
Okay.
But those free apps or like them apps where people just hook up, I think that's a bad look.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, family. We got 4 minutes left in the show. Where did the time go?
Right.
We've been talking about love. This is what happens when you talk about love and relationships with the good people. The apps are hard. I was never successful. Lots of dates and dudes, all bad. Right, I find people that do use those apps, they do go on a lot of dates, and they be like a waste of time. They just kind of get burnt out on them, too. So, Steph, you got to tell the good people again that where they can find the book,
okay,
where they can find you, and then, if you want to leave them with a word, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to everybody that's here. I've seen a lot of people come through that that are friends on my Facebook, so I appreciate y'all for stopping through. If you want to find me on social media, my Instagram is GRAYTEST, the greatest, but it's spelled with my last name, which is Gray. On Facebook, you can find me at 10 Universal Rules of Love. That's my page on Facebook. You can also find me at Steph the Great, Grayt. The book can be found on www.10universalrulesof.com. That's also my blog site, so you'll find some funny reads there. Those reads are really, really comical. But you click on the shop button, it'll take you to the place where you can pre-order the 10 Universal Rules of Love. We will be publishing it on November 15th, and please follow my social media so you'll be able to come to the book signings and the parties and that kind of thing, because they'll be going down.
There you go.
Yeah.
I posted all of that in the chat here on Facebook. Everybody listening on the podcast, on the radio, just rewind and listen to the link again, and then go to the link and follow and do everything that you need to do to make sure you don't miss the book. Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Anna. That's what's up.
This is what's up. It's been a fun show.
Absolutely.
Y'all, this is what you got to do, okay? This is what me and B need you to do for us. And Steph, too. You need to share this video. You feel me? It's like a little button. You like hit share. You be like, tune in. Hit that button. Give us some likes. Give us some thumbs up, some hearts. We love that. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We are here. Yeah, man. Yeah. We love that. We are here every Thursday. You see, she talking to me, telling me we got 90 seconds. We here every Thursday at E3 Radio, Queer Radio Done Right. Always 8 o'clock Central Time. Radio Wife, it's been a great show.
It has.
Been a great show.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and go on Instagram and follow you, so that way I can give you another title for the next book.
Come on through now. Come through. We need inspiration.
Oh, Lord. She got plenty of inspiration for you, homie. Believe me. But follow us here. Follow us. Hit the like button on E3 Radio if you haven't already. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Back next week.
Peace.
Peace. I don't want to do this.
What you trying to be? The queen of the pond. E3 Radio, the real.
That's so cool. I couldn't help myself. Y'all. Hey.